Welcome to Caffeinated Catholics. I'm Connor,
I'm David.
and today something special happened.
Okay.
Today, David, I showed up at Newman Center today, and I just got back from my fall break, and I walk in the door. I expected David to be sitting at the Newman Center. I walked in the door, and I look over, and I see someone who seems to be someone else that I recognize at Newman, but instead it is David, because his face is naked, and I don't like that. There's no more beard on David's face, and I am disappointed, as I just don't know. I was in shock, utter shock.
He was.
David's face is gone, and now I have to look at that.
Okay.
Let me just ask why.
Why? Why? Because usually about twice a year, I shave, just for that shock factor alone, and to let people just see what I look like without the beard.
So you like shocking people?
Because I want people to accept me for who I am and not for just having a beard.
That's true, but that's like me saying like tomorrow
With
I'm
that
gonna
being
shave
said-
my entire head.
And I would still be your friend.
That's true, but like,
I would say, what the heck are you doing?
but like that's what exactly.
But it's
That's
still
what I'm
because-
saying. What the heck are you doing?
The thing is, I told you this before. I said I will shave the day before November, and then I'm going to grow the whole thing out again in November. I'm only, like, 8 days ahead of schedule. And that's it. But the thing is, like, I used to not have a goatee. You know that, right?
You did show me a picture of that.
I didn't jump out of the womb, like, goatee and all.
Well, I hope not.
But yeah, so, I don't know, so, like, I'll shave it for, like, about a week. And then, like, starting next Saturday, I'll start to grow it back out again. Like, all of November, I'm going to try to go for the full beard this time. So
Okay.
it's just...
You're gonna go for the whole...
Gonna try to go full thing. I've tried going for the beard several times, and my sideburns just don't grow.
I think I was
They
talking
don't,
about...
like, it's, like, less than this.
Less than that.
Less than that.
I was talking to a youth minister, and he was saying that beard oil helps.
Does it help?
I heard that's what he. I mean, I don't know if he said it helps stimulate growth, but I know facial hair growth is based on like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like what only men have.
Testosterone.
I think it's testosterone.
Females have a little too.
Yeah, well, like, I know that men. That's why
Men have more.
men have more,
Yeah.
obviously, genetically, and then so like you have to do more workouts, more like to build that up, not lock your energy.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works. I'm not a
Beard oil,
scientist.
apparently. Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know. If like people always say like, when you shave it, it'll grow back thicker. I don't think that's necessarily true.
My dad said that, and I was like, no way.
No.
Because every time I shave, it doesn't grow back thicker.
Sometimes it's just based on time.
It's based on time, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to get beard oil soon if
Maybe.
you want to go shopping with me. But
Maybe. Not this week, because it's going to be crazy.
why
this
is
month,
that?
This month's going to be crazy. I just got some things like I knew were coming up at the beginning of the year. I'll just kind of do like next
Like
month.
exams or?
One of them's a big essay. Just some follow-up stuff for like some labs and things. So
Gotcha.
just a little
So it's going to
busy,
get a little
but
stressful.
a little bit
Oh, yeah. We're filming this at, what time is it?
late. 8:16.
Yeah, so it's 8:16. That's why we're drinking water. Normally we drink coffee. Normally.
Normally.
So we're drinking water right now, and
I have to.
that's
go to
the
bed.
reason why. Because we don't want to be up all night.
Anyway, what are we talking about today?
Okay, so today we are going to talk about saints, and the first saint that comes to my mind is Saint Francis of Assisi, and I love that guy.
pretty
Oh
cool.
my gosh, he is incredible.
I honestly don't know. I know like probably everything most people know about him, and probably a little extra, but not incredible.
Okay, what do you
amount.
know? What do you know?
I know Saint Francis of Assisi, de Sales.
No, like Francis of Assisi. Like, what
Francis
do you
of
know about his story?
Born in Assisi, incredibly rich. Started giving away like everything he owned. Loved animals.
Do you remember his call to rebuild the church?
Yes, and God did not mean the physical church. He
That's
meant,
right.
Like, so the church. And I do know he was one of only 2 men to actually have the visible stigmata.
Yeah, well, I think there's more than 2.
I think it was just him and Padre Pio.
There's
visible,
I know
visible stigmata.
Oh, visible?
Yeah.
I feel like there's more.
Uh,
There's I know women have the stigmata.
men. I said men.
Yeah, no, but I believe there's more than 2.
I remember reading, at least at the time, he was one of only 2.
Okay.
The book might have been out of date. But
Could be. I feel like there's more.
We'll fact check that after this.
We will definitely. I could fact check it right now.
Okay, make it
Well,
quick.
we only have. What else do we can pick like a topic for Francis of Assisi, or we can just talk about his life and how cool he is.
All right.
Keep going with what you know.
That's mostly it. Like, I know he founded the Franciscans. Obviously, no, they're pretty cool. They've got the cross. It's more like a T instead of the full.
The San Damiano cross or what cross are you talking about?
The Franciscan cross.
Oh, the Franciscan cross.
Let's see. Now, I remember from church history. He created the Franciscans at a time when the church was very troubled. Lots of heresies kind of coming about, and so his goal was to kind of basically, like I said, rebuild the church, but
right.
Against heresies, not physically. I think it was it during the Crusades, I think, as well.
We should have done a research thing on this.
Maybe we should have, but
that's okay. I couldn't find anything.
Okay.
What else? Okay, one of the things that inspired me by Francis was that Saint Francis was that he, literally gave up he literally lived the life that Christ was calling people to, literally going out, giving to the poor, giving everything he had away. Jesus called to give, and
literally the clothes off his back.
Yeah, one of the stories was that his dad. Okay, what was it? He took the money that was from his dad because they're rich, and he used that money to give to I don't remember what it was he was giving it to, but when he took that money, his dad got really upset. Obviously, it's your money. So his dad talked to the, I want to say bishop or archbishop, and then the archbishop or the bishop was like, yeah, you need to give him his money back. And so St. Francis gave his money back, and also he took off his clothes and he said, here, you can have this too. And then he was naked in the middle of the screen. What the heck? How are you that
I think he said
radical?
He's everything I own does belong to you, so take this as well.
Yeah, so it's what? How are you?
Oh,
he's such a great guy. There was another, okay, I was reading up about him on a little vacation that I was on, and one of the things that he was doing, he was literally how Jesus says to preach to all of the creatures or something like that. I think he says something like that. I don't remember.
Is that why he's known for the animals?
One of the things he did was he was on this hiking trail, and while he was hiking, they stopped at a place to take a rest or something, and St. Francis went off by himself or something, and his friends kind of stayed back, and then I guess the Franciscans, his followers or whatever, I don't have all the facts obviously, but if I'm wrong, please tell me. But so he went off, and then they waited, and then they went over and looked at him, and he was literally all these birds were just standing around him. None of them were flying away. They were all just gathered around him, and he was yeah, they were like this. And they were all there, and he was preaching the gospel to them.
It's crazy.
And he was saying, I don't remember what else. There was another. Yeah, he's just he's just an incredible guy. But yeah, he was inspiring to me.
Now, was he the person who said I preach the gospel at all times? And
that's what people say.
That's what people say.
But apparently that's not true. My youth minister said that it wasn't true, and I trust him. But
okay.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I really look up to him. That and Padre Pio. Blessed Padre. Apparently he's going to be a saint soon. Did you hear about his second miracle?
No. Enlighten me.
Okay. Do you want to explain who Padre Pio is? To the
I honestly don't know a lot. Spanish monk? Is that correct?
I don't know.
I think he's Spanish. I think he was short and angry. A lot like my brother.
Angry?
Not angry, like
He received
stubborn. I think stubborn. I think people describe him as stubborn. But he also received the stigmata. I think he and Francis had, like I said, the visible stigmata. The only two men. But we'll double check that. To be honest, that's about all I know. My brother would know more. He's his confirmation saint.
So he did receive the stigmata, and let's see where. Oh, that's not who I was talking about.
Oh, who were you thinking?
Padre Pio is a saint, isn't he?
That's what I thought. That's
Saint
why
Padre Pio. I'm stupid.
I was confused for a second. Like, is
no, it's blessed. It's blessed Giorgio Frassati.
Oh, that guy.
I am stupid.
Okay, yeah, I have heard about his second miracle.
Gosh, okay. Let's talk about Blessed Padre Pio. He's not a saint yet. No,
Padre Pio.
Blessed Giorgio Frassati.
Should we edit that part out?
No, we are not editing. You can see, you're getting raw footage of this right now.
This is what happens when we don't prepare beforehand.
This is what happens. Okay, so Blessed Giorgio Frassati. He had a
Not a saint yet.
Not a saint.
Has had his second miracle.
Incredible guy. Giorgio Frassati, second miracle. Basically, Giorgio Frassati served the poor. His parents didn't know about his service to the poor. This is all like in brief. There's so much more, but we barely have any more time left because I want to tell of his story. He basically served the poor. His parents didn't know about him. He based his life on Christ. Very strong devotion to the Eucharist, to Mary, to the Rosary, and let me see. At his funeral, he died. At his funeral, a bunch of poor people,
homeless people came.
Homeless people, lined this thousands of people, and it's incredible because his parents didn't know about this secret life of his, and so he's not a saint yet, but he's a blessed. And then apparently another miracle happened in Blessed Giorgio Frassati's intercession. And so, let's see. Okay, so basically this is what happened. Let's see. In the living room, we found a young man. Okay, so this guy, his name
was the guy in the coma.
Yeah, the guy in the coma. Okay, this guy in the coma basically went into a coma, and let's see. His name was Kevin, according to this article.
Kevin.
He went to find that he was 5 steps ahead of the others. I'm looking at it really briefly. I had the pleasure of hearing Kevin Becker speak about his experiences on October 29th of this year. When he went into a coma, he's always the first one to be investigated. Okay, so he was in his living room, basically, it says, and he looked at this guy that's not normally in his living room. This is in his dream state. And he sees this guy, and he says, "Who are you?" And then this guy says, "I'm George, your new roommate." And then he says, "That can't be. I already have 2 roommates." And then George says, "They aren't around anymore." And then he said, "Oh." And then he spent a long, timeless day with George, a soccer player who hates staying out indoors. Kevin kept trying to leave the house, but George wouldn't let him go. Then they fought about it as like they were brothers. And George encouraged him to be patient. So Kevin passed the time by doing schoolwork and playing FIFA, the soccer game. And so eventually he woke from the hospital, and then Kevin mentioned his roommate to his mother, calling him a good spirit. And then after he described him, his mother showed him a picture of a man he immediately recognized as George. So it was Giorgio Frassati in his dream, and then his mother shows him this picture of Blessed Giorgio Frassati.
He's like, "That's my roommate."
And this was all in his coma.
All in the coma.
And he was probably...
How long was he in the coma for?
I don't know. I think, let's see, it was at the top. But like 3 weeks.
That's a long time.
We slung his bag and walked to the car, tossing football. Okay. Yeah, so think about that, like, for a second. this guy, like, gets you to stay in your coma. You want to leave. Obviously, I think this has to do with the coma. Like, you want to leave your coma. You're not ready for because you can't, because like your body. I don't know how that works. You probably know more about this than me, but like you can't probably. Like it would be harder on your body if you woke up.
Mm-hmm.
It's just incredible. Giorgio Frassati and I want Giorgio Frassati's in my dream.
In your head.
But I think that's all with that time we have now. We'll do better next time. This was not very good planning.
Thank you. We just come off a break and.
That's true. That's true. We'll get back into it. But thank you for watching.
Every night, day.
Whenever you're watching this.